Hello everyone, welcome again. This is video number 2 of our ACT 24 spring trade. In order to best understand this video, you should watch video number 1 first. Okay, we have Nasdaq, same settings as we used in video number 1. We have the 7 NT Renko candle, that's the one we use, that's our bars. Not many people have these bars. We're going to run the second week of the 6/17 contract, and that is 4/2 to 4/7, first week of April. We're going to start on Sunday night, which is April the 2nd. And this line right here, if you watch the end of video number 1, you see we had a win and then a stop out on the last Friday. And this is continuation of that. This is 5 o'clock, 5:15 we start trading, or our clock starts running. I'm going to start the video and I will explain as we go. Now, before we can trade, we have to see a blue line, just like that. So what happens is the market has to move a certain distance, a predetermined distance, before we are willing to even take a trade. And that's all automatic. In this case, it happened at about 1 a.m. in the morning. We start looking for that line is when the market first opens up at 5:15 p.m. So now we can take a trade. Usually it will be a short trade on the first one because the market had moved up, which will allow us to take a short trade.
Order pending.
Okay, that was a losing trade.
Order pending.
And now second losing trade. And then a win. Okay, now what's happened here is
order pending. Order filled.
Yeah, this is a tough day. You can see this is a tough day. Well, you're still down $520. But this, if it's moving like this, it has the ability to trade itself back into profitability.
Order pending. Order filled.
Sometimes it may not be synchronized right from the start. You just have to stick with it. Now, what we're doing here is we're trading 3 contracts on Nasdaq, which is a very inexpensive market to be trading.
Order filled. Order pending. Order filled.
Okay, end of day. All right, well, we didn't do too good. We lost $430. So that's the way it goes some days. You just have to turn it right back on the next day. This is still running. We're going to run continuous through the whole week. The market's back open after a 45-minute closure. Now we're looking for that blue line again. And a lot of times you don't get it until the next day around the open of the U.S. market, because Nasdaq is not heavily traded overnight. But when the Dow is and the S&P are, then it also moves as well electronically. Some days, if you have a straight line move, it may not trade at all. You can see it's 7:30 the next day, and it still hasn't drawn a blue line. And this is quite common. Okay, your first trade should be a short. There it is.
Order filled.
Okay.
Order pending. Order filled.
Okay, now you're back up for the week on the second day.
Order pending. Order filled.
You can see here it didn't make it to the target, and your stop moved and you got out with profit. That's usually about $120. Could be $150 on 3 Nasdaq contracts. Again, the margin on Nasdaq is like $500 per contract. Very inexpensive. The most inexpensive instrument you can actually trade. And you can also trade one contract if that's what you want to do. We think 3 is it's just a real good number. It hits our targets, and it does real well with 3. Okay, now that was the end of that day, and now we're on to the third day. So this would be Wednesday. And you can see we're up $500 for the week so far. Not a great start. And again, it's got to move before it can trade. As you can see, not much movement overnight. Very sideways. So we're not trading. It's got to move before we start trading. There we go. It's a big move up. First trade should be a short to the downside. And as you can see, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. There we go.
Order pending. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending.
As you can see, it's a tough week so far.
Order filled.
That's the end of that day, so now we have 2 days left.
Order pending. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending. Order filled. Order pending. Order filled.
Now,
Order filled.
by all account, you would have thought you were going to have a horrible week. And you're not far from your weekly target. But you have to have it on in order to win, in order to trade. You've got to have it on. You've got to leave it on. We all make the mistake. Oh, it's up good enough for today. As you can see, on this particular day, it hit 1410. If you look down here, it says 1410. Its daily target is 1100. We have it set at 1100. So you made almost all the money for the week on one day. And a decision time again, because here's Thursday on the 7th of April was monthly unemployment day. So on Friday. So do you trade or not? Well, we're not at our level yet, and this can handle it. As you see, it's moving.
Order filled.
Now this is an overnight trade, which you don't usually see very much.
Filled.
And you had to stop, and then a win right behind it. So it's on target now.
Order pending.
It's on target. It's really rolling. One possibility, there you are. You're at 2675. You're at your weekly total right here. Right here. Yeah. So you've added a tremendous amount of money. Now, what I used to do, if I were trading into a major report day, is I would turn it off before 7:30 when these reports come out and be done if I was up. In this case, you are up. So what do? You have to think about it.
Order pending.
It's important. It's important to
Order filled.
to know where you are and what you're looking for. So, you see it start winning, and then you think, oh my goodness, it's just going to keep winning. Well, it can, but you can't forget what is your well-defined target. Now you're there. You don't have to trade anymore, and we're coming into this 7:30 report.
Order pending. Order filled.
And it wins. Okay, now you had 27.62. And it's 8 o'clock. What do? Well, what would I do? I would turn it off here at 27.62. Well, you have to turn it off. It's already hit its number. It's $1,100 number, and it's 11.78. So when is the last time you've seen any kind of trade come and trade into Unemployment Friday? Not very many systems can handle that, automation-wise especially. Now, the system didn't crash. It took the trade. It was already trading before. There's some anticipation in the market, so it was moving, and you just never know. You can't call it. We try it all the time. We might make one good call and be wrong. 1 out of 10 might be good, and 9 be wrong. So you have to leave it on. It taught us that over and over and over. And this is the end of the week right here. See, it's 3 o'clock. There it is. Okay, so you made a little bit more money than the first week at 27.62. Let's look at the performance report. Okay, we're going to put the 2nd through the 7th. And we're going to generate the report. There it is, 27.62. It matches down here. It's the same numbers. Now, it wasn't quite as profitable because we started off with several different losses. But it was still 74% profitable. Remember, the first week it traded like 37 times. Well, it traded more here. It traded 58 times. Your commission was a little bit more, $172. And not a bad week. Not a bad week at all. Great week. On 3 contracts on the Nasdaq. We lost 430 on the first day. You remember that. Then we made 930. Then we lost again 325 on Wednesday. Made an astounding 2,500. And then 87.50. And I'm not sure because part of this calculation of we hit 1,100 here. This should be split between these two. We saw what happened. It says we made 11.78 on Friday, but that money is a lot of it was overnight. If you remember how I traded a lot overnight. So however the machine calculated it, it added it more of that to the Thursday total than we actually did on Friday. But the way we look at it is when we start trading from 5 p.m. to 3 p.m., that's a day for us. But and that's how this part of the machine calculated it, and that it made 11.78 on Friday. But the total's the same, and quite a week, quite a good week. Okay, well, please watch video number 3. It'll be the following week. It'll be the one right after this. And thank you very much.